Today we're joined by John Jarratt of Wolf Creek as well as Shiver. We're going to be talking a little bit about Shiver, which was released recently to video on demand and to some theaters locally. John, how are you today?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. I do want to talk to you a little bit about your early career. Now, when you got started in acting, how exactly did that come about? Because you're from a rather small town, correct?
I was raised in small country towns, and yeah, I did a concert at my high school, and the headmaster said that I should try acting because I didn't seem to be any good at anything else. So he was quite impressed with my concert performance. So that sowed the seed of an idea. I went to drama school, came out of that, and in the first year I did two films, one of which was Picnic Hanger.
Yeah, Picnic at Hanging Rock is actually one of my favorite films. I'm a big fan of Peter
Thank you.
Weir, so that was an excellent film. Now, this is kind of an odd question that somebody posed to us. Do you have any I guess any ideas on what might have actually happened at Picnic Rock? Any theories?
Uh, well, I hate to disappoint you, but it's based on true events. What happened was three girls got out of the school and went for a walk just during the week and were never seen again. And the woman read that story and turned it into Picnic at Hanging Rock. There was no picnic, and wasn't on Valentine's Day, and it wasn't.
Right.
And the girls went lost on the rock. So, as for the other three women, they could have been, I don't know, they could have been kidnapped, killed,
Well,
sent into prostitution. Who knows?
that's pretty awful. I had the chance recently to watch The Odd Angry Shot, which is one of your earlier films as well. And that's a pretty
Okay.
dark comedic film, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I kind of think it hasn't seen enough late success here stateside. How did that film come about for you?
Um, How'd it come about?
Yeah, yeah.
All,
Sorry, how did you?
someone got some money to make it. Someone sent me a script and said, off you go. So, yeah, that was back in 77, I think, 76, 77. And it was the cream of Australian acting talent at the time. And, yeah, one of my favourite films.
Awesome. Well, let's get into the more recent stuff. Now, you've just starred in Shiver. You recently worked with Tarantino on Django Unchained in a small cameo role. There was a rumor out there that you had originally been cast as Stuntman Mike in Death Proof. Is there any truth to that rumor? Is that something that you were aware of?
No, I was cast as the barman. And then, and it was a nice bar, and then Quentin changed his mind and wanted to turn it back into an American bar, and he replaced me with him. Quentin played the role, so there you are.
All right, on. And as far as your more recent films too, like it seems like a lot of the characters you've been playing lately, Mick Taylor from Wolf Creek, Franklin Root from your newest film Shiver, are kind of dark. Are you drawn to those characters?
No, I'm just drawn to the next good script someone offers me. That's my criteria. They say, "What would you like to do next?" I say, "A good film." And to me, the three there's three good things that make a film, and that's the script, and the script. So if I get a good script and an interesting role, I'll do it. That's I don't go searching for roles. If there's not enough roles to be searching for.
So right. And so how do you approach playing some of these darker characters like Mick Taylor or Franklin, for example? They're I don't want to say they're similar because they're very different,
Well,
but they're both
they
very
are.
dark.
Well, they're both evil and they're both serial killers. And I had the opportunity to play Mick Taylor, so I kind of got into the psyche of those kinds of people and worked out, their justification for who they are. So that part of the homework was done by the time I got to Root and in Shiver. So I just had to then mould a character as I normally do. I just give a backstory, and from the day they were born to page zero, I call it, and then that's page one when I step onto the script, step into the film. So yeah, I get just a very good idea who the human being is whenever I work, and because that's what we do for a living, we impersonate human beings well. So if you know who the person is, you can usually do a good performance.
Yeah, and I thought you did an exceptional job in Shiver. Because I had watched a lot of your previous films and seeing you as Mick Taylor, who is a more aggressively evil man, whereas Franklin Root, I think, is more of a misunderstood human being that ends up, being evil not because he is born evil, but purely because of his circumstances that surround him.
Poor little misunderstood thing. Yeah. No, they're just. One's a creepy monster, and the other one's Godzilla. Like Mick Taylor would eat Rude for breakfast. But, Rude is much more creepy and very different, and he's nerdy and everything. I'm not. I'm closer to Mick in as far as if Mick wasn't evil, I'm a lot closer to Mick than I am to Rude. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say.
So that was a great challenge for me to play a nerdy Middle American character, so and to do the accent was good, because I've never had a chance to do that before. So
and you did a pretty solid job.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So
you've got an American accent.
So as far as what's coming up for you, I see you have Wolf Creek 2 that's coming out soon. I know you can't really tell us much about that, but can you give us a little hint as to what we might see?
Well, it's more of a chase film. There's a lot more action in that regard on the road, and on horseback as well. Mick gets on a horse. I figure he's a cowboy, really, so it's good to see that. But then there's pretty much what the fans want in there as well, from the first one. But the difference is it's a bigger, more action-packed adventure than the first one.
Well, sounds like a lot of fun.
As far as the horror is concerned, that's all there too.
Awesome. Well, I know the other thing that the fans really, really want is to hear Mick Taylor say "head on a stick" again. So I hope that's going to be in the next movie.
Well, there's plenty of opportunities. Let me put it that way.
All right, that's good enough. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. I almost called you Mick because I just almost called you Mick just then.
That's okay. I quite often get called Mick. Well, usually when I do, I kill the person. But it's good that you're over there.
Yeah, it's a good thing I am about 24 hours away.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk with us, John. I really appreciate it, and we look forward to talking to you again in the future. Everybody should check out Shiver, which was just recently released video on demand and in some select theaters. Thanks again, John, and you have a great day, okay?
Thank you so much, and thanks for your support.